Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BSV TV. I'm your host Satoshi, and on this show we'll be defending the one and only, truly genuine Bitcoin. The Bitcoin that Satoshi Nakamoto designed in his white paper as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system for the world. Let's get the disclaimers out of the way. So all the statements that you hear on this show are opinion and must only ever be taken as opinion. They are never to be taken as any form of advice, family, financial, sexual or otherwise. And on that note, let's sit back, relax, have some fun and enjoy the show. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and set your own fee on Streamanity.
Yeah, I'm not surprised I wasn't asked why I'm convinced Craig is Satoshi. I posted on Reddit. He signed in my presence using the private key from block number one, the very first mined Bitcoin block. On a computer that I'm convinced had not been tampered with, on software I'm convinced that had not been tampered with, a message of my choosing.
At Enchain, we've just funded a number of universities doing, so far, a test up to 1 gigabyte because it validates what we've already done independently. We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks. We've tested 1 million transactions a second and transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes. Super complex scripts. Basically ones that can run operating systems. That's basically all of global commerce times about 50. On top of that, we can have complex scripts. On top of that, we can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades. That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
Is the market that effectively BSV is going for, is that global e-commerce, which is currently valued at $29 trillion?
No, that's too small.
Buy and sell Bitcoin instantly at bsvgravity.com. And you can now book and pay for your winter holiday at skibsv.com. Good afternoon, everybody. It looks like we are live at 5 once again. Yes, made it. On time, that is, just in the nick of time. Love it when a plan comes together. Never a dull moment in crypto. They're going to be my two taglines, I think. So yeah, great news today about the IRA Kleiman case. Riveting stuff. So can't wait to get into that. So let's get on with it. B crash. Let's have a look at this. Hathor is suddenly like came out of nowhere. You know, who are they? What are they? I mean, that's quite a substantial amount of hash rate. Are they on? They must be on global hash rate somewhere. Hathor, yeah. So they've got 0.4% of global hash rate. They're not mining on. They're not mining on Corecoin though. As far as I can see, doesn't look like it. Oh, interesting. Right, okay, here, this is what I want to look at. Right, so suddenly Huobi maxing it. Binance being chucked down to 5th place. I mean, Hathor is massive. I mean, wow, you know. Here we've got mempool, btc.com, Spiderpool, Poolin, F2 Pool. I mean, all the big boys are noticing there is no need for them to mine this coin if they think it's an absolute pile of shite. You know, I would suggest they get ready, because now that they're on it, they can just simply flick a switch, start mining as and when is need to and required. You know, it's funny looking at this. I mean, yeah, even amongst miners, there are squabblings. You know, obviously you've got you know, Jihan Wu and CZ basically trying to destroy Bitcoin to absolute fools because they don't understand it whatsoever. You know, shitcoin enterprises is what they are. Absolutely shocking. But we can we can go on about that all day. Let's just check the markets quickly, see what is going up, what is going down. Here we go. You know, but I mean, even if you bought it up here, so I mean, eventually, as the time moves. You know, on the yearly chart or the daily chart, and then it sort of like starts peaking at this. You know, it's going to be in the red for quite some time. But is it though? Is it though? because we've got results coming out, you know, court cases being announced, which is pretty exciting. So let's just jump into it. Let's just jump into it. So first thing I wanted to say was just to explain this picture for any newbies. So I drew this picture just to kind of like try and make it blatantly clear where value is added and where it is taken away. So starting on the left-hand side, we've got miners who obviously bought mining equipment because that was the only way to get Bitcoin initially, and then investors who, you know, look for entry points and they're buying this as an investment. That's when the value goes up. Then you have the devs and you know, just sort of general builders. They are building utility on the network. Then you've got educators, you know, people like me, people who are spreading the word or trying to spread the word, and you know, I mean, obviously that's gonna like massively increase when the price increases, but we're educating prior to that. And then you have dirty traders. Like, are you a dirty trader looking to shit on someone? Because that is all traders do. Traders just simply look at exit points. Investors look at entry points. Traders look at exit points. They look to shit on someone. They look to take value away. They're just like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to sell this to someone for no other reason other than the fact that I think it's overpriced. So that's why I've got issues with them. Yeah, scumbags. That's my piece on that, but it's kind of blatantly obvious. I mean, look at that. You've got all those arrows going up, all these people adding value, traders taking it away. Right, do one then. Because that's my investment you're shitting on as well. You know, making the price more volatile. But check this out. This had to be spoken about. This was an article by CoinGeek, so we'll just go over this quickly. And my comment on here was Lynn Wright files urgent petition to declare Ira Kleiman barred from suing Craig Wright. The court will hear both this motion and Ira Kleiman's motion to dismiss Lynn's initial petition at 3 p.m. on December the 3rd, 2020. In Bloomberg's latest crypto outlook, it is speculated that the market capitalization of Tether could exceed that of Ethereum next year. The October issue of the Crypto Outlook report, published monthly by Bloomberg, is entitled Bitcoin Trend Adding Zeros. It is written by Bloomberg senior commodity strategist Mike McGlone and highlights current market trends that are driving Tether's growth. In particular, it highlights how Ethereum's market capitalization has been relatively stagnant in recent times, while that of USDT jumped to an all-time high of nearly $16 billion in early October. Tether currently ranks third overall among the existing cryptocurrencies by market capitalization, with tremendous growth in 2020. And remember, tremendous growth, that's just simply people making this shit up. That's all it is. It's shocking. Utter counterfeiting and laundering, whatever you want to call it. Totally illegal. Ethereum is finally set to shift from proof of work infrastructure to proof of stake. The end result of this upgrade will effectively take ETH out of circulation, replaced by a tokenized version of itself. I mean, we've got, you know, the Genesis Ethereum mine in Iceland. All of these miners, I mean, so long as they can switch their hash rate over to, you know, some other cryptocurrency, you know, Bitcoin, then they won't go to waste. But I mean, you know, well, I mean, I suppose like miners, they'll be thinking that they've made enough money in the raise in the price of Ethereum anyway to be able to survive. But what they don't realize is that fundamentally, as soon as Ethereum moves to proof of stake, there is no competition in the system. The network is completely centralized by its stakeholders, and the value of its token literally crashes to absolute zero. Not the price, because the price is speculative, but the price will follow the value. And very quickly, it's just a case of when. You know, it's not even a case of if. It will just literally crash to zero, like almost overnight, when they realize this. And it just simply won't be able to sustain the network. They will literally lose everything. Like everything. If you imagine all these Ethereum miners that are initially thinking, oh yeah, great, we've got all this Ethereum, we're absolutely loaded. What if that Ethereum literally crashes to zero? They have got nothing. Literally nothing. It's a scary predicament, and they don't realize this, which I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know whether to say, well, more fool you. You should have done your research. You should have found out about this, But I mean, it took me such a long time to figure it out. Should somebody try and explain it to them? I mean, it's not like I'm not trying to, but they should realize this. I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be catastrophic, but they should realize that what they're doing is an absolute scam and a load of bollocks, really, in a way. So this one by Jordan Atkins, Crypto Crime Cartel: How Roger Ver led BCH tried to corrupt Bitcoin. Right, so I just want to, I was yesterday saying, they've massively underestimated. This is absolutely insanely small. Like, so I expect the market cap by 2030 to be around a quadrillion dollars. So 1 quadrillion is 1,000 trillion. And they're only saying that it's going to be 1 trillion. So even if a quadrillion was 100 trillion, that would be 1%. So it's basically, this estimate here is 0.1%. 0.1% of what it's actually likely to be. They are so far out. They are so far out in massively underestimating and understanding what Bitcoin is. I mean, they probably think that 1.6 trillion is a lot. It's absolute peanuts. Absolute peanuts. They are so far out. Delusional. Well, I say delusional, ignorant. Because they literally have no clue what Bitcoin is. People are saying, oh, it's set in stone, physically through its digital process. But no, it's like theoretically, it is set in stone. You cannot change the theory behind this because you centralize it. But I mean, look at this. Look, 5 pillars of decentralization and 3 pillars of network value. I mean, sometimes I'd say to Craig, did you know it was this good when you created Bitcoin? But I'm kind of like similar here. I'm just like, look, this, I have absolutely nailed this. To try and make it as simple as possible. The pillars of decentralization are accountability, locked protocol, infinite scale, competition, and fixed supply. That is it. And like this is what I wanted somebody to explain to me when I first got into this. I was like, look, what can you tell me? What is it I need to know? And it's taking me ages to get this, and then the 3 pillars of the network value, that's dev. So it's just it's speed, cost, and scale. That's where the value comes from. But decentralization is those 5 things, and you can't have one without the other. So maybe that's why people find people think one-dimensionally. I mean, you guys, that sort of listen to my show seem to get this, which is great. I love it. The only thing that I think I said, look, just cheer yourself up and just buy more. Just buy more. That's all we can do, because if everybody understood this, this outlines the fundamental value, which is multiple millions, and we can pick this bad boy up for currently $168. It's mental when you think about it. It is absolutely insane. If you were to explain this to somebody who literally didn't have the foggiest, and you were like, okay, well, we've got 5 pillars here and 3 pillars there, and that basically means it's going to give you a valuation of $40 million. And then they look at you like, right, and how much is this thing at the moment? $168, and you're trying to tell me this thing is worth $40 million plus. Have you been smoking something? It is understandable. I totally get their point. I'm sort of sitting here with a smile on my face, and it's just kind of like, well, you guys get this, which is great. It just makes me realize that I'm not actually bonkers. When people are just like, actually, what you're saying there does make sense. I get this. It can do this. Greatest investment in the history of the world. and we're sat right on it, and I've uncovered it fundamentally. And it seems like I'm the only person. I mean, obviously Craig knows this. Whether or not he can explain it in the way that I've explained it here is another thing, because even in his writing, he was saying that, you know, it's hard to explain this thing because there isn't anything like it. But I've kind of like, you know, and also, I mean, his brain works so fast, and he probably mix technicals with fundamentals. You know, but if he brought out, maybe I should write the Bitcoin fundamentals paper. But I mean, basically that's what my work is anyway, you know. But it's not out there in books. You know, this is a concept that I've had to wrestle with and grapple with, and express somehow in an orderly manner and fashion. And here it is. I mean, what we're looking at here, yeah, the 5 pillars of decentralization and the 3 pillars of network value. I mean, this is literally like, you know, Moses coming down from Mount Sinai with the 10 commandments in stone. These are the Bitcoin commandments, is what they are. They're written by Satoshi. Like, you know, literally set in stone. I'm gonna have to come up with another like quip about that. In fact, you know, I might do that. I might just like make some image and put them on stone and stuff. So we've got the ETH-nic cleansing is going to be the title of this show, and then I'll make another one about with, you know, I'll think of some funny witticisms about, you know, Mount Sinai and shit. Just because that's what I love doing. I've got nothing better to do with my time. Oh, good grief. Right, you know, there's always going to be stuff coming out, so there's going to be more exciting stuff tomorrow. Remember to tune in, share the show out if you'd be so kind. That would be great. And as ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there. Joy given. Catch everybody soon. BuyBSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and watch the full episode on Streamanity for just 20 cents. Go to www.satoshi.tv. See the link in the description below. Bitcoin, one world, one chain.
Yeah! One vision.